Welcome to today's program, where we will explore an essential skill for professionals in service-based industries, conducting a tour of a customer's home, also known by many as a walkthrough. But let's get this straight. A successful home tour isn't just about walking through a space, it's about building trust, identifying needs, and showcasing your expertise to make customers feel confident and understood. But how do you strike the right balance between listening and leading? How do you navigate sensitive situations and leave a positive, lasting impact? So I'm pleased to welcome Kyle Kluth with Pinnacle Eco Clean, Rochester, New York. A little bit of snow up there, Kyle?
A little bit, really heavy snow. It's wonderful.
Yeah. It makes going out and doing cleaning jobs a little more interesting.
Yes, certainly does. And thanks for having me back, by the way.
Absolutely. So I know that one thing that you're proud of with your team there at your company is how you deal with customers, that interaction. But let's talk about the walkthrough because when you show up at a customer's home, especially that first time customer, you got to set the tone. You're greeting the customer for the first time perhaps, but you're going to go into their house and that's their home, their private space. Can you talk about the best way to do that when you get in that door, how to conduct a walkthrough, that tour of the home?
Yeah, so we like to tell our technicians that kind of less is more when you're talking. You don't want to dominate the conversation whatsoever. So, and when you go into the home, you have to always remember it is not your home. You got to remember to ask permission for basically everything. Uh, Ask them, would you like to give me a tour of what we're going to be doing for you today? Or also ask them, is it okay if I step in this room? It creates a better atmosphere for the client, a more comfortable atmosphere for them to work with you in.
So as you walk through the home, you no doubt want to look at things, you want to do your inspection. Don't open doors, ask permission. But how do you address their real needs, their concerns as you do this tour?
You really have to ask questions. And when they tell you the answers, you have to listen to their answers, which sounds really easy. Uh, but it's surprisingly not something that people do. Here's my problem. When the customer says, here's my problem, then the technician might say, okay, yeah, we can fix that problem because, we know how to do this, this, and this. Now more than ever, people want to be heard. And that's something that you really have to do. You have to actively listen to what they're saying, because when you do that, they're going to feel like they're taken care of. Like, think about it for yourself. If you have somebody at your house and they kind of railroad you and they don't listen to you, how likely are you going to be to call them back? Even if they did a great job, people don't feel like if people feel like if you don't listen to them, that they don't care about it because you didn't do a good job. He didn't really listen to me. I don't want to have him back in my house.
That sounds so simple. Listening. I mean, a technician goes in the house, they've done the greeting, they're looking around, they ask a question or two, the customer's speaking, they're going to listen, or are they not?
And also, act just to add to that a little bit, actively listening, okay, I had this stain. The customer wants to tell you the history of the stain. You might not want to hear it. It might take them 10 minutes to explain it, and you might think that that's the biggest waste of 10 minutes of your life.
Oh, good point.
It really is not. It's actually might be the most profitable 10 minutes of your day, because that is what will seal the deal for them to call you back when they have another stain, or just call you back in general to clean the carpets again.
hmm I know when I had my cleaning company, Kyle, I had one job after the other. I was always thinking ahead. You might be looking at a customer in the eye in their living room and they're talking about that stain or what happened. And you're thinking, okay, I need this person to speed it up. I need to get to work. I have six more jobs today.
Yep.
How do you rein that in? What do you do, Kyle, to rein that in and just not think about what's coming?
One of the things that's really important is to not overbook yourself. So that starts in the office. That starts with the scheduling. Too many people overbook themselves and then they feel rushed. And because of that, you do eventually lose business because people don't feel like you're taking care of them. They feel like they're part of a cog in a machine, right? You
Good
just
point.
are an assembly line, and they're just another number for you to check off their list for the day.
That's something that they're going to pick up on. People are intuitive. Yeah. Last point. When you're in a home, you're getting the tour, you're doing a few rooms, maybe the whole house, maybe some furniture, whatever the job is. And you notice it's like extremely soiled or there's issues you're concerned with. How do you communicate that without offending the customer?
That's a tricky one. And that's something that takes practice. And I suggest that you don't practice on your clients. um, yeah, so you may point out to them that they have stains or that they're saying, and you might need to tell them things up front, like this area may not come as clean as other areas in the house. And here's the reason why. And tell them directly. When you do that beforehand, it's a reason. As my dad says this all the time. My dad is, in case nobody knows, he's the owner of Pinnacle Eco Clean all the time. You tell them before, and it's a reason. If you tell them after, it's an excuse. So be upfront with people and just tell them exactly what they need to hear. But you got to do it in a very dignified way, and that takes practice.
It does. And I often think about that bedside manner that doctors might have. I mean, a doctor can say, yeah, you're sick. You did this wrong, and it's all your fault, which is maybe true, but it's not what you want to hear. I think the same with customers in the home. You got to be careful with what you say. Choose your words carefully. Have that good bedside manner in a way.
Yes, the carpet side manner.
There you go.